Hey, good morning, Toastmasters and guests, and welcome to another edition of TEAcast Weekend Live. Today I am joined by Derek Mandela and Lillian Kimando, who have been to TCon before, and we're just going to discuss what can you expect from TCon. What are the things that you should look forward to when you sign up and when you come? I'll let Derek introduce himself before I start bombarding him with questions. My name is Josephine Osumo, and I'm here on behalf of our TCast host, Kendi Mobila, who cannot make it today. Derek, please introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, what you do, what you do in Toastmasters.
All right, thank you very much, Josephine, and good evening, good morning, wherever you're joining us from. My name is Derek Mandela. I am a Toastmaster from East Africa, District 114, and I am currently serving as Area Director at Area 5, and my home club is SEMA Toastmasters Club. I have been a Toastmaster for 5 years. I'll mark 5 years in September this year. And I'm excited to be on this podcast, talk about the Toastmasters East African Conference that brings together Toastmasters from around East Africa. So I'm excited about it, and I'm eager to see what our TCon host, our TCast host, has for us this evening. So that's a short introduction of me, Josephine.
Oh, thank you so much, Derek. I'm not sure, Lillian, can you hear us? And are you able to introduce yourself?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm not sure whether you can see me.
Yes, very clearly.
Good. Good afternoon, or is it good evening? Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you all, and I'm happy to be here. My name is Lillian Kimando, currently a VP, that is Vice President Education at the Hill Toastmasters Club, and I'm happy to be on the same stage with my area director, Derek Mandela. Yeah, I'm excited very much. I've been a Toastmaster for slightly over 3 years, but my Toastmasters journey is very interesting. I won't delve into it. I joined Toastmasters in 2018, took a break when COVID hit. Now I am back with a bang, and I'm glad to be here. Back to you, Dale.
Right, awesome. Thank you so much for those introductions. And today we are talking about TCon. We want to tell people what is TCon? Why is it important to come for TCon? And especially as a Toastmaster. For those non-Toastmasters, we also know why it's important, but today we want to just tell Toastmasters, why is it important for you to come to TCon? Why would you want to register and leave the coziness of Nairobi or Kampala or Addis or Dar es Salaam and journey all the way to Mombasa for 3 days? So my first question goes to Derek. What motivated you to register for this TCon?
It's a simple question for me. What motivated me to join the caravan to the Toastmasters conference was simple. I was eager to meet all the faces that I've been seeing online for all these years since COVID. Remember, the beauty of the Toastmasters East African Conference is we actually gather physically, and there we can get to meet. I can get to meet, if it's Josephine that I've not seen, I've seen Lillian so many times, but it would also be good to see Lillian there so that we can also enjoy and also get to know each other apart from the club environment, because there'll be so many activities from, I know there's a gala night, I know there's a cocktail event. So seeing Toastmasters in these different spheres is amazing. Most importantly, what you can walk away with is the networking that you can gather at Toastmasters, the conference itself. Because it is a 3-day conference, it's long enough for you to get to interact with people from your different professional backgrounds. If you have a business, an opportunity to just bid about your business to new or potential customers. So I think the opportunities are endless depending on how you look at it, from a Toastmasters point of view, from an individual point of view, and also just from a point of view where you want to expand your networks and grow yourself as an individual or as a brand. So those would be my main highlights on why you should come to TEAcast or why I am going to the Toastmasters conference.
Thank you so much. And you'll be hearing us talking about TEAcon, Toastmasters Conference. It's one and the same thing. TEAcon stands for Toastmasters East African Conference. So that is the T, TEA, then con is short for conference. So if you hear that, don't get confused. Thank you so much, Derek, for that. You have mentioned quite a number of things that I will come back to. Meanwhile, I want to ask Lillian, is there anything in particular for this TEAcon that makes you excited to be attending it? Is there something you're looking forward to?
Of course, I am looking forward to networking. I am super excited about networking. And let me just give you a background. I've attended TEAcon twice, the one that was held in Nairobi, I think back in 2018 at Friday, and another one that was held in Kampala. My guys, the road trip to Kampala from Nairobi was amazing. I met so many people that even when I took a break from Toastmasters and came back, I didn't feel like a stranger because I had somewhere to pick up from. And majority of the people I met them through the TEAcon because my club then was in Nyeri. So there was no other Toastmasters clubs in Nyeri, and therefore my network was very limited. So attending TEAcon was a game changer. It opened me up to so many other professionals, to many other people who are doing different things, and they've remained my friends ever since. So immediately I saw early bird tickets. I hopped onto it because I cannot miss on the networking. I've not met, Josephine, have we met?
No, we haven't. We've been Zoom buddies for ages.
Exactly. When I see Kendi, there's another platform we are participating in together, and we don't know each other. So I'm looking forward to the networking and knowing more Toastmasters personally, not on Zoom.
I tell you, that is the most amazing thing, because we have Toastmasters who have never met. They know you, they'll know your voice. If you're in, I remember there's a lady who I met physically and I didn't know her. She had my voice as I was speaking and she's telling me, she turns and she's like, Josephine? I'm like, yes. Do I know you? And she's like, I know you. You're Josephine Osumo. You're a Toastmaster. We've been on Zoom together. Just the voice. So it will be really amazing to get to meet all these people we've just met on Zoom, and we are Zoom buddies. But one of the key things both of you have mentioned is that TEAcon was a game changer for you, especially the networking. So we know that networking plays such a crucial role in events like this. But how do you, as Derek and as Lillian, plan to network, and how do you plan to leverage on the networking during TEAcon? So I'll go with Lillian first. Now I'm switching it up with the Lillian first, then coming to Derek.
Interesting question. So the other day, I'm a storyteller. Forgive me. So last weekend, last weekend I attended the conference for Division F in Uganda. Not in full, but they are cocktail events. And I collected a few contacts. How has this contact translated to, like, let me call it proper networking? Is because of the few people that I spoke to, and they now know what I do, I know what they do. From one of the people that I met, we are already doing a collaboration because of what she does and what I do. It just felt like a marriage, like proposal on day one, love at first sight. I can't even describe it because we were so excited. Like, what, you do this, I do that. So Toastmasters does a similar thing. These are people on a normal day. You'll just be seeing them on normal meeting posts. We have a meeting on Tuesday, we have a meeting on Wednesday, but a normal club meeting does not give us the opportunity to properly network because we come, run the meeting, a few people remain behind to hang out, but I feel like we don't get the opportunity to really get to know each other properly. And this, I'm excited about the contacts on my contact list right now and the things that we're about to do courtesy of Toastmasters. So TEAcon is even a broader network because we'll have people from Ethiopia, from Rwanda, from all these countries, not just the one I met in Uganda, not just in Kenya. So you can imagine all these people and what you can do. Carry those business cards, by the way. They're very, very important.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lillian, for that story. Yeah, you're a storyteller. Derek, how will you leverage on your networking?
Again, that's a beautiful story from Lillian, and that's the beauty of networking in Toastmasters. I will do the same. I mean, it's a 3-day conference. You have to have your own agenda. Remember, my answer to your previous question was you can't build yourself as a brand. If you are Lillian or you are Josephine and you have something that you are known for, you can go there with the agenda that this is what I want to leave the audience with, especially if you take part in a role, for example, if you're an MC and you actually volunteer, because remember, Toastmasters is a volunteer organization and you volunteer to take part in TEAcon as one of the role takers. It's an opportunity for people to really see your talents, test your talents, and after that, I don't know, maybe you can get yourself a gig or two after that. So this is not only limited for those who will take roles, also you as an individual. 3 days, you can package yourself during the cocktails, and also something that we have not even spoken about. I mean, during the speech contest, it will be an opportunity for us to really see how good are you as a speaker. We come to Toastmasters to practice public speaking, but TEAcon brings the cream de la cream. So how do you match up, or how do you think you match up to the best speakers? So that's also an opportunity for you to gain or gauge how far you've come in your Toastmasters journey. However, do not be dismayed. The competition is there, but for us, we are there to just enjoy the company, the good vibes, the energy. And I mean, it will be in Mombasa. It's raining heavily here in Nairobi, and I can't wait to leave the rains here and just go and enjoy the coastal sun and the beach. So that is also one of my motivations to go to TEAcon, is to take a break. It's also, I'm using it as a leave from my workplace to go and enjoy.
Awesome. Collaborate, have an agenda, take up roles. So everyone, before we proceed with the questions, something you need to do. If you're joining us live, please put in your name and your club name, and the club with 5 or more individuals joining us will unlock the $100 discount. Remember, right now tickets are selling at $150. That is $50. What can you do with $50 when you get to Coast? So you will unlock the $100. So you'll be able to pay $100. That is gosh, I'm trying to work the percentage in my head, but the math has refused to math. So just know you'll be able to pay $100 instead of 150 if 5 or more members of your club join. So tell your people, rally them up, tell them to join and put in their name and the club that they are coming from. And even as we continue with Lillian and Derek, what they have said so far. 1, go with an agenda in mind. What do you want to get out of your networking opportunities? 2, ensure that you get somebody you can collaborate with. 3, what's the third one? Volunteer. Toastmasters is a volunteer organization. So volunteer for roles, volunteer for things that will put you in place. And 4, which is most important, although it's number 4, we are going to come to hear people speak and have contests. So that is one of the key things that we do at Toastmasters in East African Conference. At all conferences, basically, we have contests to see how proficient a speaker you are. Because that is one of the things about Toastmasters. We want to polish up our public speaking skills. And with that, I'm going to ask a question somebody asked me the other day. Is TEAcon just another Toastmasters club meeting at a larger scale? And I told them, no, it isn't. But taking it from me, they might not believe me since I am part of the group that is planning it. So, Derek, please answer that question. Is TEAcon just another club meeting on a larger scale?
Well, whoever asked that question must be an intelligent one. But would love to demystify that, because one, TEAcon is not another Toastmasters meeting in a larger scale. One, because we do not have the usual structure of a Toastmasters meeting. So maybe that is the one obvious rule. and then it will span for 3 days, because it gives us an opportunity to have other fun activities. We will be there in our cocktail dresses, in our nice fancy suits. So it's also a showcase of pomp and color. We are coming together to showcase our talents in fashion. I remember the 2019 one, people had to dress in their different traditional attires from their countries. Yeah, we had people from Kenya in Maasai, or people from Uganda dressed in a certain tribal way. So indeed, it is not a Toastmasters club meeting at a larger scale, but rather a fun, serious networking 3-day event that will cost you only $100 for you to get to enjoy all these networks. And probably I can just let someone in on a secret. I know a group of individuals who run a storytelling company that actually go to TEAcon to see who they can pick to speak in their engagements, or in their different storytelling and engagements that they have. So it's an opportunity also for you to be spotlit, yeah, for someone to come and identify a talent. So there's so many things going on at TEAcon, and it's not a Toastmasters Club meeting at a larger scale. So that will be my short response to your friend. I hope she's watching, or she's live, or he or she, so that we can actually demystify that. Back to you, Josephine.
All right. Okay, I think my network is misbehaving, but I hope you can still hear me. So 1, it is not another meeting at a larger scale. 2, we are going to have pomp and color. And 3, it is a showcase of things, of a lot of things. But one of the things you've said, and I think this is key, is about a group that comes to Toastmasters clubs to see who they can pick to go and speak at their meetings. Now, for anyone who thinks that Toastmasters does not make sense, just imagine that. When you come to Toastmasters to eviscerate your fear of public speaking, once you have done that, you get so proficient that somebody picks you out of a crowd and tells you, come and speak to us. You can set your costs at that particular point. So thank you so much. But Lillian, this one is for you. What challenges do you think, or do you hope to overcome by going for TEAcon? What is the one major challenge you think you're going to overcome by going for TEAcon?
Okay. This feels like a Chibo topics. Wow. One challenge. Oh my God. I don't know why I'm struggling with this one, but I think by by attending TEAcon, I would want, I've seen other contestants on stage, and myself, I was a contestant up to the division level, and I would hope to get to the district level. I hope that by seeing other contestants on stage is going to motivate me to want to participate again, because I had hanged my boots. I'm like, this one was enough. But there's something in me that is hoping maybe I'll get inspiration by seeing other contestants on stage, them conquering their fear, because in as much as I've gotten to that stage, they still have some fear of public speaking. It's only that they're putting themselves out there and challenging themselves. The other thing is on leadership. It gives me the opportunity to see leadership at a different level than what I'm used to in the club environment. I want to see how a Toastmasters conference is run now, that because the others I felt like I was a little bit new. Now that I'm deep in Toastmasters, what can I learn from other leaders like Derek, who has been AD, like Jo, who is everywhere in Toastmasters, and other and other leaders? Yeah, that's all.
All right. 1, conquer your fear and get onto the district stage, and 2, leadership skills. And sometimes people think that just by joining or attending a conference, you are not able to actually learn something. But are there some tips that you can give and this question goes to Derek. What are some of the tips you can give people to ensure that when they come and sit and listen to the speeches and listen to the keynote and just network, they will leave there with something? Because most people say they can't go for a conference because after that, what next? But how do I take what I am going to learn in those 3 days and actually have it make sense in my life moving forward?
I'll probably begin with one of my favorite quotes, and it says, change will only come when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. So you might be seated at your couch this evening and you're wondering, should I pay $100 or should I just stay at home? What will I gain in this 3-day conference? Put those doubts away. If you're in a position to attend the conference, take a bet on yourself. Use the skills that you have mentioned on this TEAcast session today and see if you can really come to this conference with an agenda and gauge yourself, because I mean, growth is always about estimating where you are yesterday and where you'll be in the next few days or in the next year. Once you have that in place, you can be able to determine what this conference will have gotten out of you. So that will be the first step. But then the second step is you are able to get to the venue. How do you make sure that you do not stay and just live as the same person? And to allude to your previous question, how do you make sure that you leave TEAcon with something that can be attributed to growth? Well, I say it is an opportunity because Toastmasters provides us with a safe learning environment. Remember, most Toastmasters will be eager at best to meet you and to hear what you have to showcase as an individual, right? So use those small opportunities you have to strike a conversation with someone from another country, talk about geopolitics, talk about your profession. It's about how you will be strategic, one, in delivering yourself as a package in TEAcon, and two, because this is also starting to sound very serious, how will you have fun? Do you love swimming? Go out there, go on a boat ride. It's not all seriousness in Toastmasters. I know we're always accused of being too serious. If your strategy is to come and rest, like one of my strategies is to rest, I will not be there on my notebook on the beach. I am there to enjoy myself, and I can maybe network while I'm swimming or while I'm doing something else after the programs. So it's also to infuse the element of fun in whatever you're doing and not just focusing on the serious element. You might have this amazing strategy, but again, when they say success meets those who are well prepared, if you're well prepared, just go and rest at TEAcon, have fun. That's what I would say.
Wow. Okay. First, you start with a quote, then you end with a quote. That is what Toastmasters can do for you. Your quote is, change will only come when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. You all heard it from Derek. And have a plan. Get yourself to the venue. Don't have a plan and then sit on your couch. Get yourself to the venue. Strike a conversation with someone from another country. That is key. We are having 10 countries represented in Toastmasters, in TEAcon. 10 countries. District 114, we have 10 countries. So if you have been in Kenya for the longest time and you've never met anybody from Uganda, this is your chance. If you want to see somebody from Ethiopia, this is the opportunity. If you want to see somebody from Rwanda, this is the chance to do so. From Burundi, from Djibouti, from Tanzania, this is your chance to do that. So just come. And if you're like me and you know people from all these countries, ask them to bring you something. Ask for peanut sauce from Uganda. Ask for coffee from Ethiopia, or even coffee from Rwanda. Coffee from Rwanda is also very good. Ask for the Tanzanians to bring you something. Don't just say, and then, even you, when you're coming for TEAcon, please carry a bag of goodies for your friends to go back with. Can you just imagine the memories you're going to create? But we are told success meets those who are well prepared. That was Derek's ending quote. Success meets those who are well prepared. And I'm going to put the same question that I asked Derek to Lillian. How are you going to ensure that you do not forget the things that you have learned at TEAcon 2024 and they propel you moving forward?
Thanks, Jay. Oh, again with my storytelling. There's a speech I listened to back in 2019 that has stuck with me for years. A lady from Rwanda, and the way she made use of stage and gestures and everything, props, was so amazing. Like I literally see her on stage to this very day. And when I'm practicing for my normal speeches in a club, I still have her in mind because to me she was a hero. She did not win, but to me she won. And every time I'm delivering my speeches, I try my best to match that level. And then that's one way to ensure that what am I looking forward to in the TEAcon? For me, it's the international speech contest and the evaluation. I've already explained the international speech contest. Evaluation is because I have this fear of evaluation. I've never conquered it. I try to put myself out there as much as possible, but every time I'm taking the notes and I want to go deliver my evaluation, I freeze. So I'm really curious to just see what are other people doing out there? What are other Toastmasters doing there? And then I'll come back with these lessons and try my best to apply them in my Toastmasters journey and even outside of Toastmasters. Because if there's one thing that really stands out for me, even at my workplace, is the way I listen, is the way I give my feedback. It is not common sense. Sorry to use that word for everybody, even at workplace. People have this habit of interjecting, of wanting their point to be the one making sense to everybody. But once you're a Toastmaster, you just become graceful. You listen because you know your time will come and you're going to give your not just evaluation, you're going to give your feedback and your thoughts in a well articulated manner. So TEAcon gives us that opportunity to see what other Toastmasters are doing in their countries and then try as much as possible to apply them to our day-to-day lives and even in our club.
Awesome. I'm amazed. You had a speech in 2018 and you can still remember it to date. That must have been a very awesome speech. Although I am sure I can remember most of the speeches I've had. So my next question, and this is out there because we've said we are having 10 countries coming in. And you mentioned that one of the things that you really loved, both of you, when you went to a prayer TEAcon was the aspect of the dressing of the people of the other countries. Now imagine you are at TEAcon, you are in Mombasa. Which country's outfit would you want to see and why? Let me start with Derek. Why would you want to see that particular country's dressing?
You're putting me on the spot, but I want to declare that at this point I'm not a Kenyan. So what I am biased. That's a very biased question if you ask me. My favorite country in East Africa is Rwanda. And that just comes out on top. It's a no-brainer if you ask me. I've been to Rwanda so many times. I've lived in Rwanda for a couple of months. I've enjoyed the culture. I've enjoyed the people. I've enjoyed their dressing, and especially they have a traditional attire that the women wear called a numushanana. That is mostly worn rather to functions that mark celebratory part of someone's life. So I'm interested to see what Rwandans have in place, but again, not to leave my fellow countrymen, so the Kenyans, also the Ugandans with the energy. I mean, you gotta love Ugandans. They bring the energy to the room, something that they compensates their neighbors Rwanda that maybe we might need to help them with. So it's a mixture of what one country has that the other supplement. So I really love to see how the different cultures merge together in sync to create the Toastmasters conference. So albeit that there may be one country that does something better than the other, this can be done better in another country. So there's so many things happening that you can't just have a script for TEAcon. You have to come and see it for yourself. You can't script it. It is live as this meeting, and things happen on the fly. But it's good to have prior background information from these different countries, see what they showcase. So watch the previous TEAcon, because I'm sure there are some live links on YouTube that you can see. But indeed, it's fun and more fun at the Toastmasters conference.
Lillian. The same question to you, Lillian.
Well, I feel like Mombasa dictates wear white, like the beach. You're near the beach, be in white. So I'm looking forward to the Ethiopian and their linens. Oh my god, I just love how simple it looks, yet so colorful and very attractive. So that's one country I am looking forward to seeing their dress code. Plus, I feel like it really marries very well with the coast weather. My second country would be Tanzania, maybe because they have the beaches. So this feels like more Kenya for them. This is an easy peasy. So I'm really looking forward to these two countries. Let them bring out the linens. We are ready. Derek, do not underestimate the Kenyans. We are ready. We've been ready for so long.
All right. So the Rwandese, the Ugandans, the Ethiopians, the Tanzanians, and even the Kenyans, we all want to see what everybody is going to bring in terms of their dressing, in terms of their behavior. And something Derek said really stuck with me, because I remember visiting Rwanda, and we had been warned when we were going that there's no noise in Rwanda. There's absolutely no noise in Rwanda. It is not a loud country. And the person told us, and I will say it verbatim, the way they told us. You Kenyans are loud. When you go to Rwanda, please leave your loudness at the border. And for sure, we entered a mall, and we were about 5 people, and we were just talking and talking. And we entered this shop, and we are very busy talking. But we talk with our voices. We are loud. You can hear us. And everyone in that place had just kept quiet, and they were looking at us. And then one asks us, from Kenya? And we are like, yes, we're from Kenya. And yeah, we can tell. And I thought, oh my goodness. Okay, we forgot the first rule we had been told. Do not be loud. But the most amazing thing about it is they are so friendly. So all these countries are very friendly. They just accept you as you are. So when you come to TEAcon, we will accept you as you are. Whether you have traditional attire or you don't, we will accept you. One of the things that, now moving on to these questions, one of the things that somebody wrote, and I keep on getting very many interesting questions, is, will there be a brag and borrow? Now, for those who do not know what a brag and borrow is, I want Lillian to explain what a brag and borrow is. And if Lillian leaves anything out, Derek will join in and tell our audience, what is a brag and borrow?
Okay, yes, brag and borrow is very simple. Come brag. Brag. What is your culture? Come and showcase it. For instance, the Kenyans, which culture do you want to showcase? Is it the Maasai, the Kikuyus, or a blend of these? So for instance, in 2019, what I saw, especially the people who stood out for me were the Ugandans. My God, these people can dance. So they came and showed us their national move. I don't know whether it's a national move, traditional move. There's a way those women can dance. Hey! And they can brag and cause chaos. And then each country is supposed to do a similar dance. So you bring everybody who is in the conference from that particular country. Kenyans, come show us your moves. Ugandans, come show us your moves. It doesn't have to be a dance. It can be anything. The others who they had chosen someone to come and deliver a poem. They stand there and then the others cheer them. So it's left to the country to decide, what do you want to brag about your culture or your country that you want others to remember and borrow. And then we get a winner. And everybody in the room just votes who is the best brag and borrow. We used to have a trophy. I don't know whether it's still there, because I remember I think in 2019, the Ugandans took the trophy. Yeah, so you can choose a traditional dance, come dance, show us your moves, and then you can invite people to join you. You can choose someone to come and deliver a poem, come deliver, what do you call this, spoken words, come and sing, come and do whatever the country decides that will make them stand out and that others will forever remember them.
Wow. Come and brag, and then we. Okay, I'm really waiting. I'm really looking forward to that session of TEAcon. Derek, anything to add to that?
Brag and borrow. That's the only thing I have to add.
So, if you're listening to us and you're from any of these 10 countries, or even if you're not and you're planning to come for TEAcon, join up with the other people from the country that you want to represent and decide. I think this one is going to be a very good one. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait to see what is going to happen for it. We are about to wind up, but before we wind up, let me just remind people. If 5 or more members from your club join in and put in their name and their club name, they unlock the $100. So I hope there's a club that is leading. If there isn't, please make those calls. Sometimes Toastmasters just need to be reminded something is going down. Make those calls. Let them know to join, put in their club name so that they can unlock the $100. And it goes for 24 hours. But because tomorrow is a Sunday, I think it ends on Monday midday. So you have all this time. You have 5 minutes left on my clock, or 10 minutes left. Yeah, looks like 10 minutes left on my clock. So just join in, put in your club name, and you will unlock. If you can count 5 people from one club, you will unlock the $100. Okay. Now that we have talked about, let me ask you, since we are going to Mombasa, is there any specific food you think you want to eat in Mombasa? I know when I go to Ethiopia, what I want to eat. When I'm in Rwanda, there's food. When you're in Uganda, there's food that you want to eat. All these other countries have specific foods that you know are attached to those countries. Is there any specific food that is attached to Mombasa that you think, well, this one, if they come and eat it, they will not leave here without a recipe? Derek.
Yes, I happen to like food a lot, and having the opportunity to try different cultural foods. Mombasa, what would strike me as the amazing food to taste? I mean, we are going to the Swahili environment, and for me, it's the street food. Yeah, the street food that you'd find in Zanzibar is the same or better than as what you'd find, for example, in Mombasa. So I'm really looking forward to the street food along Mamangina Drive. So those who are going to Mombasa, take your pen and paper, write down Mamangina Drive. Make sure you go there on a lovely Friday evening or just any day during the day, and you'll find a sea of people sitting by the beach, enjoying some shikaki and all those nice Swahili dishes that are being prepared on the street as you overlook the magical Indian Ocean with the blue waters and the wave just sweeping and brushing across your face. So it is indeed a magical experience that I'm looking forward to. The street food, Swahili street food, and anything that comes along with the package of Swahili dishes. I know they are spicy and they have a mix of Arabian cuisine and all that. So I'm really looking forward to what that has to offer. So the Swahili culture is something that we want. And something Lillian mentioned as she comes back, when you're in Mombasa, most of the dress code that she alluded to was the white theme. Even when Mombasa town is painted white for some reason, I don't know if it's they consulted Lillian before they did the painting because of the white theme. But it is going hand in hand with what we are saying. There's the culture, there's the food, there's the dress code. All that package is what I would say is FUN, fun, the fun that is TEAcon. This is not a Toastmasters Club meeting because we are doing things different if you have been listening to this conversation for the past 30 minutes or so. So that's what I'm looking for, Josephine. I don't know what you're looking forward to yourself. Maybe you can tell us. What are you looking forward to at TEAcast in terms of food. And don't tell us you don't like food or you're watching your diet.
I like food, but I can forget to eat, but I like food. Now that might seem like an oxymoron, but it happened. I like food, but I can forget to eat if I get very busy. And what am I looking forward to eating in Mombasa? I'm a tea and coffee person. So I'm looking forward to taking what we call Kenyan tea, the tea with the spices.
That is a guest from
And
Ethiopia.
is it called mandazi karai? The tea with the spices and mandazi karai. That is what I'm looking forward to just having. That is what I'm looking forward to just having. All right. So we in the last 1 minute, I think Lillian must have dropped off. I want to just ask, what is one tip you can give, Derek? What is one tip or one advice you can give to somebody who's considering attending their very first TEAcon? What message would you give them?
All right. This might seem contradictory to what I've been saying in the last few minutes, but if you feel pressure and if you feel like you don't know what you're going to get, I mean, the fear of just not knowing, it's also an opportunity for you to take it up and dive in. You see, the things that you do that you're most fearful of, right? I think they have the best outcome. So you might challenge yourself that you do not have a friend who will be there. Maybe I'll be bored. No, those are just things that are acting as a gateway. So I would put a pause to anything that is acting as a gateway. Take the words that we have been saying because they are true, tested, and we have been there, and give yourself a chance. Take a chance on yourself. This might be an opportunity of a lifetime for you to find maybe a new business opportunity, find even a partner in life because it's also a social networking place. Find something that you are looking for in your life. If you feel that maybe something is not aligned, it's an opportunity also for you to take a break. Like I told you myself, I'm coming to TEAcon to take a break from the life that I have been living for the past few months, which has been hectic. So take a gamble on yourself, come to TEAcon, have fun. Most importantly, have fun and enjoy yourself. So that would be my message. And I hope to see you at TEAcon in May. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So you have been told, you've had it from Derek, you've had it from Lillian, the things you can expect at TEAcon. Derek has just added a twist to that. You might find a partner for life. Now, if you have been sitting in front of your TV, in front of your couch, and only attending Toastmasters meetings on Zoom, it is time to bite that bullet and just come to TEAcon because you will find us there. We hope to see you. We hope to have fun. And thank you all for joining this TEAcast. I hope there's a club that has won that discount. We will see about that. Bye, everybody, and see you next week. You will see the posters about the next TEAcast.